the burden touch of the Fry legacy. Though poets often ascribe more than mere blood circulation to the heart, I contemplate whether any could revere an organ as highly if they experienced a day beneath my skin. Is it not claimed that those in agony have glimpsed the eye of God? Yet, I suspect this may be a falsehood, if true. I should have encountered him by now. Within the Fry lineage, a curse is woven. A natural rule like any other, my mother bore it, as did her mother and her mother before her. This affliction proceeds, persists, and will endure. Just as birds sing and salmon swim, we Frys are condemned beneath a perpetual storm cloud. Our blood is tainted, festering, and as long as there is breath, this shall be our destiny. Label it a sixth sense, a woman's intuition, or perhaps telepathy. But cursed is what it is. My mother terms it the touch, and all Fry women possess it, each unique in its manifestation. My Aunt Sarah, for instance, foresees impending death. Do you see that man over there? She might say, he won't make it another day. Unfailingly, the predicted demise unfolds. My cousin Riley, too, bears the touch. Each man she loves meets a gruesome end. Initially, there was hope she might escape the curse, but it proved a misconception. Love blossomed between Riley and a boy named Alexander, only for tragedy to strike the very next day. My mother senses storms even on cloudless days. Sometimes, it's a literal tempest, other times a metaphorical one. A diagnosis, a death. Her mother, Grandmarina, possessed a transferring touch. A warmth passed to others, until nothing remained of her. Named after Grandmarina, I often ponder my own touch, fearful of the suffering it might entail. Born with cystic fibrosis, I grapple with constant illness. A dire prognosis once left me contemplating mortality daily. During a critical moment, I inadvertently absorbed my father's life force, saving myself, but unwittingly ending him. This burden, this Fry fate, is a weight I bear daily. The past echoes in unfulfilled siblings, in the loss of a twin named Tyler. He, healthy and thriving, should have been my brother, yet the fate switched us. The miracle of my survival is, in essence, a tragic tale of unintended consequences. 2 lives lost, one by illness, the other by a touch I never sought. The Witch Manor. Nestled on the outskirts of a forgotten village, a decaying manor once belonging to a notorious witch loomed over the landscape. Whispers of her dark rituals and malevolent curses had persisted for centuries, drawing the attention of intrepid explorers seeking to unveil the mysteries that clung to the dilapidated structure. On a moonlit night, 3 friends, Olivia, Liam, and Zoe, embarked on a journey that would plunge them into a world of ancient magic and unspeakable horrors. The creaking gates of the manor swung open, revealing a garden overgrown with thorns that seemed to wreath in anticipation. As the friends ventured deeper, the air grew thick with an otherworldly energy. The manor's twisted history unfolded like a sinister tapestry. In the dimly lit parlor, an ancient grimoire beckoned. Its pages whispered of forbidden spells and pacts with dark entities unknown to them. The friends became unwitting participants in a ritual that bound their fates to the witch's curse. Shadows danced on the walls as the room pulsated. With a malevolent force, shadows they ascended the creaking staircase. Apparitions of long-dead servants emerged, their spectral forms enacting scenes of servitude and betrayal. The friends recoiled in horror as the ghostly servants implored them to break the curse that bound both the living and the dead to the witch's accursed manor. In the attic, a haunting altar revealed itself. A figure cloaked in darkness materialized, the vengeful spirit of the witch herself. She spoke of a betrayal that led to her demise, and the perpetual suffering of those who dared enter her domain. The friends, now entangled in the witch's web of vengeance, struggled to comprehend the depths of the supernatural forces at play. Attempts to escape proved futile as the manor transformed, its rooms shifting and warping to confound the intruders. The friends are now forever linked to the witch's curse. They became spectres within the haunted manor, tied to relive the witch's tragic tale forever. The Forgotten Asylum. In the heart of a desolate town, surrounded by eerie mist and long-forgotten memories, stood the decaying remnants of an asylum that had long been abandoned. Its crumbling walls and broken windows bore witness to a dark history, a history that whispered tales of madness and despair. This forgotten asylum was a place where the line between reality and nightmares blurred. Only the bravest dared to approach. One gloomy evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the empty streets, a man named Daniel found himself standing in front of the ominous asylum. His life had been one of constant struggle, marked by financial ruin and personal tragedies. Desperation gripped his soul, and in the dim light of the setting sun, he made a decision that would alter the course of his fate. With a heavy heart and trembling hands, Daniel recited an ancient incantation he had discovered in a dusty old book. The air around him grew thick, and a sudden gust of wind seemed to carry his words into the darkness. As he completed the incantation, a chilling voice echoed through the air, sending shivers down his spine. The voice whispered, resonating with an otherworldly resonance. And there, emerging from the shadows, stood a terrorizing, fearful figure cloaked in darkness. The devil himself. The devil, with eyes that glowed like burning embers, offered Daniel a deal that would seemingly solve all his problems in exchange for his soul. The devil promised wealth, power, and a life free from the burdens that had plagued him. As the moon cast an eerie glow on the forsaken asylum, Daniel was feeling torn between the desperation that fueled his decision and the nagging doubt that clawed at his conscience. Ultimately, the allure of the devil's promises proved too strong for Daniel to resist. With a heavy heart and a sense of impending doom, he sealed the pact. The devil grinned, revealing sharp, gleaming teeth, and vanished into the shadows, leaving Daniel standing alone in front of the forgotten asylum. As the clock struck midnight, a sinister transformation overcame the decaying structure. The asylum seemed to come alive, its broken windows glowing with an otherworldly light. Unseen whispers filled the air, carrying the tortured voices of the asylum's long-departed inhabitants. Daniel felt a cold sweat forming on his brow as the reality of his decision began to sink in. With newfound wealth, Daniel moved into a lavish mansion on the outskirts of town. But the opulence couldn't mask the haunting memories that lingered in the corners of his mind. The devil's promises proved to be a twisted illusion, as every joy that came his way was tainted by darkness. Night after night, Daniel was tormented by nightmarish visions. The asylum's forgotten souls reached out to him from the depths of his dreams, their faces contorted in agony. Whispers of regret echoed through the corridors of his mind, and the once luxurious mansion became a suffocating prison. He was trapped in a nightmare of his own making, a prisoner in a forsaken place where the line between reality and the supernatural had long been erased.
too much money to get one for this piece of shit. Just to be alright for this